Hey, I'm Roland with mobilegeeks.com and .de, and we're right here at Computex in Taipei, Taiwan. And this is basically one of the first Windows 8.1. It's supposed to be coming out with Windows 8.1. This is the final of Windows 8 running on it, but it's one of the first 7-inch tablets with Windows 8 on it. So we've seen the Acer, we've seen a couple of other devices at the show. They're all 8 or 10-inch devices. This is a 7-inch, so it's the new smallest form factor they're doing. And it's got a 7-inch screen. I think it's an IPS panel. Yeah, there's no like the viewing angles are totally okay. So it's an IPS panel. It's got 1280 by 800 screen resolution. You can just go to the desktop and check that out for a second. As you can see, since the display is so small, the resolution actually turns out that everything is really tiny on the screen, but you can just turn up the DPI rates and then you can read stuff better. There's an Intel Atom Bay Trail in there, so it's one of the Bay Trail quad-core CPUs, which this one is running at 1.66 gigahertz. We don't know the name of the CPU yet. They're not going to tell us because Intel has not released that info. There's 2 gigs of RAM in there, and they have a 64, I'd guess, gigabyte SSD in there. There's going to be a model with 128 gigabytes too, and yeah, that's basically the smallest form factor you'll get with Windows 8 on it. The performance is totally alright. I mean, it's a quad-core CPU, so that shouldn't be any problem. As you can see, you can read pretty much anything on the start screen. Yes, it's tiny, but it's totally good to use. The buttons work. It's a capacitive touchscreen. They're having a little problem with the calibration of the touchscreen, but that's going to be worked out until they release it. And there's a couple of colors. This one is the blue one. There's a yellow one over here. Gold. And yeah, that's gold, not blue or not yellow. I'm sorry, it's gold. That's a golden one. There's a green one, and there's a couple of other colors they're going to release. This is a hardware key down here, so it's not a capacitive touch button, but that can be changed because this is basically like a reference platform, where it's basically a design they made to actually show off what they can do in 7-inch form factor for Windows 8. Let's take a quick look around. We have a power LED over here. That's a 7-inch screen, 1280 by 800, as I said. There's I'd say 1.3 megapixel or maybe 2, whatever the company who actually sells them to the market in the end wants. They will put in any webcam that they like. We have the light sensor over here on the side. There's a mic down here, and that's pretty much it on the front. Let's go over to the right. That's the volume rocker right there. On top we have the power button, so you can switch it to standby or turn it off. Over here we have a micro SD card slot. And over here, that's a micro USB slot right there. That's a micro HDMI out. The combined headset jack and the power plug. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing on the bottom. They haven't planned anything for a docking solution because they think basically like 7 inches a bit too small. They're not going the Acer way so far. That might change in the future depending on what the market demands. On the back, there's another camera, which can be, as I said, as the one on the front, configured by the company that actually sells the device in the end. A company called Inventec, which is one of the biggest Taiwanese contract manufacturers. There's a Windows 8 logo down here and a single speaker down here. The whole thing is about 11 point something millimeters thick. It weighs close to 500 grams. I think it's like 470 something. Yeah, and performance is totally all right, and yeah, that's basically it. We're gonna do a quick comparison just so you guys know what the size is like. This one right here is the Nexus 4 from LG. It's my smartphone, and you can see it's basically maybe like 3 times the size or something. And we have another tablet over here to give you a comparison. This is an iPad 3, so basically what you end up with is basically, if you put 2 of those Windows 8 Inventec tablets on top of each other, you end up with an iPad. That's basically what we're trying to show you right here. Well, this has been a quick look at the Inventec reference design for 7-inch tablets with Windows 8.1 that is coming out in autumn this year, running on Intel Bay Trail. I was Roland with Mobile Geeks. See you later.